KOMU8's Michael Lindquist is live at MU to tell us what groups on both sides have to say.
That's right. Thank you, Brittany. And as you can see behind me, there are protests going on right now. And this comes just after Chancellor released his decision earlier this afternoon to not reinstate the refer and follow privileges for the Planned Parenthood doctor in Columbia. As a result of this decision, abortions will no longer be allowed at the Columbia Planned Parenthood facility, leaving St. Louis Planned Parenthood as the only abortion provider in the state. Now, Seville suggested one method crews could try to use to get rid of the rust on the smokestack. And the first one is to simply clean it off the surface of the smokestack. But she said it's unclear how bad the rust is until crews actually get up there. The second one she suggested was to simply paint over it and recover the surface. The water slide was inspected in June by a private agency and met all of the requirements, but it will remain closed for the remainder of the season. The rest of the park, however, reopens today. Michael Lindquist, NBC News, Chicago. Kids in Columbia today had the chance to talk to Santa Claus all the way up in the North Pole using the Santa hotline.
Ho, 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 North Pole.
The city of Columbia managed to get the phone numbers of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves in the North Pole. Kids were able to tell him what they wanted for Christmas and how excited they are for December 25th. Earlier today, 2 young girls made their wishes as they were out shopping.
Ho, 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 this is the North Pole.
I want a Lego set for Christmas.
A what?
A Lego set.
A Lego set? Well, have you been good this year?
Yeah.
Santa told the girls to stay on the nice list and he would try to make it a very nice Christmas for them this year. Now, Davidson said a person is well within their rights to walk up to any public area, record a video or snap a picture, and post it online, even if there are requests made for no media. And Davidson said this right is called the standing in doctrine. 2 people are hurt, including a police officer, following a standoff and shooting in Wisconsin earlier today. Investigators say a gunman walked into a motorcycle repair shop, fired a weapon, and took hostages. A total solar eclipse is projected to take place on August 21st, 2017, and it has Columbia right in the middle of the optimal viewing area, represented by this red line. Now, in this video provided to us by the GreatAmericanEclipse.com, you can see the path of the total solar eclipse goes right over Columbia, starting right at about 1:12 p.m., and then it continues right on past St. Louis. The state has been sued over the foundation formula before. This 2004 court case, first ruled on by a Missouri trial court, then upheld by the Missouri State Supreme Court, says that education is not a fundamental right under the Missouri Constitution, and that the state is not obligated to provide each student with an equitable education, as long as the state fulfills its 25% requirement. Missouri lawmakers approved initial passage for a bill that would allow some medical marijuana. KOMUH Chris Brown shows us the reactions he got from the Capitol. You can already feel the heat here in Chicago this morning as temperatures approach 90 degrees with heat indexes in the 100s. A breeze coming off the lake bringing some relief to people outdoors, and temperatures expected to be much more comfortable this weekend. Even though Google partnered with Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic, it is not trying to replace your doctor with your phone. Governor Jay Nixon proposed a $76 million increase in state education funding, but was cut back to only $16 million. And once the state distributes it to Missouri's 534 school districts, CPS would only get $31,000. Warm weather and live music brought more than 1.4 million people down to the city for the Taste of Chicago, where they feasted on 200 different dishes from 67 different restaurants. And we'll tell you exactly what they feasted on coming up at 4:30. I spent the day following a MoDOT road crew down Stadium Boulevard as they filled potholes scattered across the road. And it's all a part of an enhanced pothole repair initiative costing the state millions. Shovels, asphalt, and manpower are required to fill a pothole. MoDOT crews began a month-long effort Tuesday to fill potholes polluting Missouri roads. This is how your utility bill looks now, with terms like CCF and KWH, and there's really not that much explanation for what you're paying for, and that's about to change. Right now, if you were to walk along Forum Boulevard, only a couple of feet separate you from oncoming traffic. You can see the cars whizzing by me here. This pedestrian crossway would provide a safe way for pedestrians across Hinkson Creek.
KMU8's Michael Lindquist is live in Columbia with more about this new resource for students in need.
I'm standing right in front of where the Early Childhood Learning Center will be, just in front of Lang Middle School in the northern part of Columbia, and where just a few minutes ago a groundbreaking ceremony for the new center wrapped up. Now, the maximum sentence he could have gotten was 30 years, which is what the state prosecutors were pushing for. The minimum was 10. Again, the judge ultimately deciding to hand down a 15-year sentence for Brian Atkinson. Sydney, thank you, and thank you for watching.
That's our time. Have a good night.